Ethan Walker never expected a regular Thursday afternoon to turn into one of the most surprising and emotionally charged moments of his life. It all began the moment he stepped into his grandmother's cozy home in Oregon to help prepare for a local fundraiser. To his surprise, Clare Dawson, his grandmother's longtime friend, was already there, quietly sorting through boxes with her familiar gentle smile. The same smile that had lingered in Ethan's thoughts more often than he cared to admit. Clare had always seemed a little different, someone whose calm presence contrasted with the world's rush. Her quiet confidence, warm eyes, and soothing voice had a way of softening the chaos around her. Ethan greeted her warmly, and she returned the gesture with a light laugh that instantly felt familiar. Everything seemed normal, peaceful, even, until his grandmother stepped out to take a phone call. Leaving Ethan and Claire alone in the living room, sunlight poured through the curtains, casting a golden glow across the room. As they sorted decorations, Claire teased herself for being hopeless at crafts, making Ethan laugh. But the light-hearted moment ended abruptly when he heard a soft slip. He looked up just in time to see Claire's foot twist on the edge of a loose rug. She gasped quietly, and without thinking, Ethan sprang forward, catching her just before she fell. Her knees buckled slightly, and he steadied her against the wall. "It's okay. I've got you," he said, striving to sound more composed than he felt. She tried to put weight on her foot, but winced, and instinctively, he held her closer, making sure she wouldn't lose her balance again. "I can't move yet," she whispered. Her words simple, yet the tone made the space between them feel suddenly intimate. Ethan became acutely aware of the warmth of her body against his, the softness of her breath brushing his neck. Claire's cheeks flushed with embarrassment, her eyes avoiding his, but she stayed pressed gently against him. Vulnerable in a way he had never seen before, he reassured her over and over that she wasn't a burden and that he was glad he was there. When she tried again to stand, her ankle betrayed her, and she instinctively clutched his shirt, pulling him just slightly closer. The small contact sent a rush through him, not dramatic, not overt, but profoundly real. He focused on keeping her safe, while she whispered quiet apologies. "It's okay, Claire. Lean on me until you're steady," he said softly. She let herself relax in his hold, fingers still gripping his shirt, eyes flicking up at him with hesitant trust. Every movement, every flinch, every shared breath seemed to stretch time, making the ordinary living room feel suspended in a private bubble. He guided her carefully to the sofa. Step by step, her grip on his arm steady but cautious. Every small adjustment, every pause to ensure she was comfortable, made the connection between them heavier than he expected, delicate, intimate, yet filled with genuine care. Once she settled, he noticed how she tried to hide the lingering embarrassment, brushing her hair and adjusting her blouse. Her cheeks were tinged pink, her eyes soft, carrying gratitude and something more subtle, something he had never allowed himself to recognize until now. The quiet moment stretched on, filled with unspoken awareness of each other's presence. Claire admitted she hated depending on others, having learned to handle life mostly on her own. Ethan gently reminded her it was okay to lean on someone sometimes, that needing help didn't diminish her strength. She smiled, a little wistfully, and confessed admiration for the way he helped his grandmother without hesitation. He shrugged, trying to dismiss the compliment, but she insisted it mattered. The two sat in a quiet understanding, sharing a pause that was comfortable, yet charged with subtle emotion. Claire's eyes kept finding his, soft and appreciative, revealing a trust she rarely showed. She spoke about the small surprises life could throw, how moments of closeness could appear without warning. And Ethan felt the truth of her words settle inside him. When his grandmother returned with a first aid kit and later an ice pack, the practicalities of care resumed. But the air between Ethan and Claire held something unspoken, a lingering warmth that neither fully named nor wanted to dismiss. Every glance, every subtle gesture carried the memory of the earlier closeness, the unexpected vulnerability, and the quiet trust that had formed in just a few short minutes. Even as Claire tried to reassure everyone she was fine, Ethan noticed the careful way she moved, the tension she masked, and the shy gratitude in her eyes when they met his. Each small interaction, the way she held his arm for support, the gentle breaths, the fleeting touches wove an unspoken bond that neither could ignore. It was a connection forged in a moment of care, vulnerability, and human closeness, one that quietly promised to linger far beyond that ordinary Thursday.